Bouchard's pass didn't click with Draisaitl. 12 seconds to go. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. For the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. They made it about as hard on themselves as they possibly could, battling a valiant Edmonton team that had rallied from adversity all season long. And Paul Maurice, coaching lifer, 30 years in the National Hockey League, has his Stanley Cup.
What the puck is going on?
Here is your host of What the Puck is Going On, Dave Metzger.
All right, Thursday, May 29th, we are back here in the studio to talk a little hockey. We have a Game 5 tonight with the Oilers and the Stars. But let's touch base on last night, Steve. We could be very well be hearing that intro again on the start of next season of What the Puck is Going On as the Panthers
we won't have to change
the Hurricane. No, we'll just keep it rolling. Could very well be the case. 5-3 is the final there. So, Steve, let's talk briefly about that before we get into Game 5. What a game that was. I was able to tune in to periods 2 and 3 of that one. And, Steve, what an effort from both teams, really. But, I mean, the Panthers, they were down 2 goals. They came back and tied it 2 goals within about 30 seconds. Then they take the lead. And then they give it back again. The game's all tied up. And then here's just this beautiful play, Steve. I don't know if you saw it, but the puck ends up on Carter Verhaeghe's stick. And he just roofs that thing for what would be the game winner. And what a beautiful, beautiful play that was. I yelled a little bit in the living room when I saw that. Just an elite pass followed with an elite shot from 2 very, very good players. So, Steve, give me your thoughts there on that game, that series, and did it turn out about how you thought it would?
I think it turned out the way I thought it would, for sure. And, what has Florida learned from last season with Edmonton rallying back from 3-0 down to make that a series in the Stanley Cup final? I mean, they learned everything about it. I mean, because they were down 2-0. Sebastian Aho gets his team off the mat with those 2 first-period goals, doing what great leaders do, giving his team life. But Florida was just too much. And they just look like they are seasoned. I mean, Dave, that kind of – I was literally thinking, looking ahead, if it's going to be Edmonton and Florida, Edmonton kind of looked like they got Florida's number a little bit last year, just kind of came up short. But, man, Florida really does look the part now again, as they were just able to rally and then pull away and win by 2 goals. I'm happy. I took over 4.5 Florida goals on the alt line, so that worked out. I know our best bet last night for the viewers, listeners, over 5.5 goals at plus money. Once we got those 2 goals within 30 seconds, in the second period, he knew we were going to be a winner. And even at 3-2, he knew we were going to get at least another goal, even if it's an empty netter. So the over comes in with ease. The alternate over 7.5 comes in as well, with a nice plus money on that. And I mean, Florida, they just looked the part. God, they look like almost like a San Francisco 49ers type of football team of the mid-90s, where
right.
they're just going to be good and they're just going to be a machine. And how do you take them down? And I know Edmonton's going to have a fighting chance because they have Draisaitl, they have Connor McDavid, they have a good core. And, Edmonton probably is the second deepest team at the end of the day. But the depth that Florida has is just unreal. And they just come at you in waves. They forecheck you to death. Again, I just think it's a game with the forechecking that, even if Edmonton does get past Dallas tonight, I mean, it sounds like I'm writing off Dallas, and I basically am. I don't think they, spoiler alert, I think the Oilers ended tonight being the better
hard to
team
blame
that they
you
are
at this point.
Yeah. But I don't know if the Edmonton's going to have the formula to beat Florida. I'm really looking at them to win it again now at this point, where I legitimately thought, the Western Conference participant, in particular Edmonton, would have a very, very good chance to win it, and they do. I think they're going to end up short again because Florida is just that good.
Yeah, Steve. I mean, you talk about the depth, and that makes, a huge difference. Players come out to injury. They got guys that can, fill those roles and not miss a beat. I mean, it is a really good hockey team. Something about the Florida Panthers in the playoffs, they just belong there at this point. All the personnel is there. The coach, I mean, they have everything that it takes to win a Stanley Cup. And Steve, I'm with you. I think they could very well repeat. And I think they will. And I think we get another matchup of the Panthers and the Oilers. We're going to get a rematch. And Steve, I'm with you. I worry because now there's a big injury. I sent it to you. May have
with
been
Hyman,
yesterday.
Yeah,
with Hyman, he's done. He's out for the rest of the playoffs. You got to
I saw him in a hospital bed as well. So that tells you how bad it is. Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad injury there, and you got to wonder what that's going to do, because I don't think the depth is quite there like it is for the Florida Panthers. And if they can play that way, I know the Edmonton netminder has been playing lights out for the most part.
Well, yeah, but that's the other thing, Dave, I was getting ready to add to it. As much as Skinner's been good, we haven't even talked about Bob Vrosky at all in this
Not at all
segment yet. And I mean, arguably the best goaltender in all the NHL as well for Florida.
Oh, that absolutely. I mean, just look at the.
I think he's probably the best.
I mean, this guy.
You had the top tier goalies. You have Shesterkin, you have Hellebuck. Obviously, Ottinger probably crawls into that conversation. And then, Frederik Andersen had a great regular season. But who's been better overall than Bob Vrosky, really, at the end of the day? Vasilevsky even had some chinks in his armor as of late. Shesterkin, again, didn't have the best year. And there's some good goalies out there. But at the end of the day, Dave, if you need to pick one goalie in the NHL to start your World Cup game for you, isn't it Bob Vrosky?
I think it has to be, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, track record alone, the guy is just cool, calm, collected, and it's everything you want in a goaltender. Steve, I mean, they have it all. I know we've said it before. We're saying it again. I just think it's all there, and it's setting up for them to be a repeat champion.
Dave, I'm not done yet playing the Ekblad-Forsling combo on the goal scorers. I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to throw some Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in there as well because he's on fire. And we'll look for some big payouts down the road in the Stanley Cup if that is the case and Edmonton is able to eventually put away Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
That's tonight, Dave. I mean, I mean, does that happen tonight in your eyes? Or you think Dallas has a stand here?
I want to say that they do. You know, I was on Dallas the whole time, and I'd still like to be, but man, they're just really not giving me much to go off of, Steve. If this is the way things are going to be, maybe it's another tight one tonight. My advantage, is it going to be enough for the Stars, Steve? I'm just not so sure it is at this point. It looks like we're destined for that repeat of last year.
Yeah, looking at the line right now, we have Dallas is the favorite, minus 126. Edmonton is at plus 105. That doesn't make sense to me. I just figured the way this is now, that Edmonton at least is a coin flip, if not a slight favorite here on the road, just the way that the series is going now at this standpoint. And you know, I'm worried for Dallas offensively. We talked about it before, their offense being able to disappear at times. I mean, can it go away tonight on home ice? As good as Rankin has been in the playoffs, he's been pretty much quiet here in this series for the most part. So 5.5 is the total. Now we're juiced to the under. I mean, Dave, would you be shocked if this is a 5-1 Edmonton game?
No, I mean, it could be. I think with the open, the empty netters really kind of hurt your cause for the under. It's kind of the way I want to lean right now. But Steve,
I do too. But I do too. I feel like this is a lower scoring game. But again, the empty nets you got to be aware of.
Well, and here's how it happens, Steve. This game is 2-1 with about 3 minutes left, and then it's a 4-1 Oilers win because they pot 2 empty net goals. I mean, that's exactly how that happens. So I don't know, Steve. I'm a little worried for Dallas this evening. Again, I know it's at home, but boy, it's just been tough sledding for them against Edmonton, and I think Edmonton's going to walk out of there with a trip to the Stanley Cup.
If Edmonton's able to score a couple of goals in this first period, then I think the Avalanche could definitely be on in this game as far as goals scored for Edmonton. I am looking at, last night, and my book didn't have this, Dave, until here in the last game or two. That may have just popped up last night, because I have not noticed this. You probably have them on your books, but I'm looking at alternate total goals for the individual teams. And I was able to play last night Florida over 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5, to the point where over 4.5 was the nice profit. Only had a little bit on the 6.5 to kind of juice it up, popcorn parlay style. And go ahead, throwing a popcorn sound effect on there. But Edmonton is in that boat tonight here, where they are over 3.5 team goals for them. Is at plus 158. I do like that. I think they can get that. But they stretch it to 5, then they're almost 4-1 plus 370. And then even 6 goals is 9-1. And even that 7th goal is paying almost 20-1. If they can get to 8 at some sort of a route here, now we're looking at 65-1, and you'll take all these bets home. I don't know. I could see this being maybe a Jake Ottinger special as well, Dave, and this thing gets out of hand here.
It's hard to say in this one, Steve. I really don't know where to go in this one. I'm going to look at a couple things here. Before the game starts. And I kind of browsed a little bit, but I'm still not quite sure how to play this one. I think I have to go with my overall gut that says Edmonton has just been a little bit too much for Dallas. And to the point you made, Steve, was a very good point at that. Their hot and cold offense is not helping that cause, and it has to come alive tonight or their season's over. And we haven't seen much of that from them. So very worrisome for there. And I just think it's a Edmonton win tonight.
If Dallas scores first, this is going to be an over game. Because they're going to put up that effort that we expect. Do they turn into Carolina maybe if they score a goal or two and then kind of it falls apart on them? that could certainly be the case. In which case, it's an over type of game again. And Edmonton can almost probably get this over by themselves. So I feel like it's an under day because of Dallas's mishaps on offense here. I just see a bunch of different paths to it being an over type of game. So I guess I'm going to lean with the over again here, 5.5. Although, man, it really does feel like a 3-1 type of game. Just at the core of being in a Western Conference, series clinching win, or playing for your life. If you're Dallas, kind of has that kind of undertone of being a defensive game. But man, I just see too many paths to this being an over now, I guess, at this point. And it doesn't hurt that there's a few superstars out there like Draisaitl who can get insane goals on the one-timer from the side of the net. Right. So give me Edmonton in a higher scoring game here.
Yeah, Steve, I'm gonna side with you here on this one. I've fought you throughout the first 4 games here, so I guess I'll join you there with Edmonton. But if the Stars do score, give me Miro Heiskanen at 6-1 odds.
I do like that. And my guys got on the board last week, or my guy Henrique got on the board late in the last game. An Adam Henrique, Miro Heiskanen, Matthias Janmark, and that's the one. I think we played that the other night, if I'm correct. $10 wins 3,300 on that bet. So I'm gonna have to fire that in as well. I might throw Thomas Harley in there.
Yeah,
with Henrique
I like
and
him.
Janmark.
Yep.
With Janmark and Henrique as well. Those will be my 2 long shot bets. And then I'm going to play a little bit of Nugent Hopkins again in here also. I might pair him up with a Janmark or a Henrique. Let's see. 2 goals for Nugent Hopkins is an interesting proposition. He's had such a great playoff series. 27-1 for him for 2 goals.
Oh, very nice. Steve, I tell you what, this might sound weird. You might not like it, but I'm going to throw some Sam Steele in there as well for the Dallas Stars. I think he's a 4th-line player, but he showed a little bit of fire in that last game. He was kind of all over the place, so kind of a odd goal scorer there, but plus 750. Give me him and maybe a Bouchard bomb, and that'll get paid out nice.
Yeah. Send me that, Dave. I'll take a look at that myself. Evan Bouchard, quite capable of being a goal scorer, and Sam Steele not even towards the bottom of this odds board, just kind of right there in the middle. So the market agrees with you, Dave. They like him to score tonight. If you play those 2 together on my book, 33-1 odds on that. So I think there's room that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 39 for me.
Okay, nice. So yeah, I mean, all these books are different, people. So play around, get the best number you can. At the end of the day, it is, that's a difference of $80 depending on where we bet it with me and Dave. So if you're smart, you bet it in the right place. That's the extra $80 in your pocket towards the bottom line of your profits. I mean, that's going to go a long way if you can just take a little patience and go book to book to grab these best numbers. All right, Dave. I think we've said it all here. I mean, I'll take the higher scoring game. I'll take Edmonton. We'll have a rematch of this Stanley Cup of last year. And that's a good Stanley Cup to me. I mean, that's an entertaining
absolutely
matchup for me. Might not be appealing to the masses per se, but that's a very, very good matchup as far as this show is concerned. And play around with your goal scorers. A lot of capable guys out there on the odds board tonight. Again, Nugent Hopkins having a great series. Rupe Hintz banged up, Dave. I mean, I saw he might not even play last game, and we had him on a bet already. So maybe I stay away from him a little bit. Rantanen's been quiet. He's at plus 175. McDavid's been quiet. He's at plus 160. Yeah. Maybe this is the night you just bet Rantanen and McDavid play and get almost 5-1 on that. If you have a $100 bet you want to put down, that might not be the worst thing in the world to do. Draisaitl is the favorite at plus 120. As far as first goal scorers go tonight, I mean, we mentioned all these guys, but if Heiskanen is the guy, it's 35-1. All right. Henrique is 33-1. Let's see. Evander Kane, 23-1. Nugent Hopkins is at 18-1. He's been a first goal scorer winner already. Draisaitl plus 850. He was the first goal scorer last game out. McDavid and Rantanen both at 11-1. Marchment at 20-1. Sam Steele, Dave mentioned 31-1. Matthias Ekholm, 43-1. If you like a nice long shot there. Janmark, I mentioned him, 60-1 for him. Even someone crazy like Darnell Nurse. I mean, you can't even count him out of the scoring column, to be honest. The way Edmonton plays, 85-1 for him to score the first goal tonight. All right, Dave, anything else here?
No, lots of capable players out there. I agree. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'll send you some tickets, and we'll see what happens. I have a feeling come Monday, we're going to be talking about a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. We'll reserve our next show for the actual Stanley Cup night, whatever that will begin.
Yeah.
But we could have a game 7 potentially on our hands come Monday as well, correct? Yeah, so
I
if we
believe
play tonight,
so, yeah.
Let's just take a quick look at that just to be safe. So game 6 back in Edmonton is on Saturday, and then game 7 would be back in Dallas on Monday night. So we would have a Monday night show. Nothing scheduled for the official start of the Stanley Cup yet. So figure the first night on, we'll be on for that evening for this program. Cool.
Yep. Sounds good.
Good luck, Dave.
All right, good luck.
All right, everyone. Good luck out there. This is What the Puck is Going On here on the Deep End Broadcasting
What the puck is going on?
Network.